Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking a source from HDTVSupply about the Epiphan Event Streaming Nano Bundle with an EC20 PTZ camera. But our mission today isn't just to review one camera bundle.
Right, that's really just the starting point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to show you how looking at this one piece of gear is, like walking into a hardware store for a simple flashlight and accidentally stumbling into a supply depot for military spaceships.
It is such a rabbit hole because that single camera bundle, it's just the entry point into this dizzying, massive ecosystem of professional audio and video routing.
Yeah.
We are looking at the invisible tech infrastructure that basically powers the displays you see every single day.
Right, because we started with the PTZ camera, which is, pan, tilt, zoom, pretty standard streaming stuff.
Sure, right.
But then you look at HDTVSupply as a vendor. I mean, they've been around for 25 years, and their catalog is just pushing massive infrastructure.
Oh, absolutely.
The source lists thousands of these Wolfpack modular matrix switchers, and they handle everything from 1080p all the way up to 8K resolution.
Which is wild. And this is really where we see the transition from traditional AV into heavy-duty IT. We're talking about AV over IP here.
So wait, instead of running those thick, dedicated video cables everywhere.
Right, exactly. Instead of that, these matrix switchers take the video and audio, and they use dedicated hardware encoding to, well, basically slice that media into tiny IP data packets.
So it's traveling over standard network switches, just like emails or regular web traffic.
Precisely, but at just massive bandwidths.
Yeah.
And because it relies on dedicated hardware processing instead of regular computer CPUs, it routes these 8K video packets across a massive network with absolute zero lag.
Wow, zero lag.
Yeah, it bypasses the usual computer processing bottlenecks entirely.
Hold on, though. When I was reading the specs in the source, they're selling these 160 by 160 matrix switchers.
Yep, the really big ones.
Right, meaning a system that takes 160 different video inputs and routes them to 160 different output screens at the exact same time.
Exactly.
My brain immediately goes to, Times Square or a NASA command center. I mean, who is actually buying hardware that massive for everyday use?
Well, you're not wrong about NASA. I mean, the catalog specifically targets government operations.
Okay.
It highlights procurement channels like the federal GSA schedule, Trade Agreements Act-approved items, and the NASA CESP program.
Wait, the CESP program, what's that?
Yeah, that specifically handles IT procurement for federal agencies. So command centers and military briefings are absolutely using this to route secure feeds.
Okay, so it literally is for spaceships, or, at least the people tracking them.
Right.
But what blew my mind in the text is that this exact same government-grade tech is sitting behind the bar at your local pub.
That is the wild part, isn't it? The source explicitly details custom setups for sports bars. They're outfitting venues with up to 160 TVs simultaneously.
That is a staggering amount of Sunday football.
It really is. And these switchers integrate directly with the DirecTV app and commercial streaming platforms like Everpass.
Oh, gotcha.
So the Matrix just grabs all those distinct game feeds, encodes them, and fires them off to any combination of those 160 screens instantly.
But let's think about the logistics of that for a second, because if I'm the bartender managing 160 TVs and dozens of satellite feeds, how do I change the channel without a PhD in network engineering?
Right, it sounds impossible.
It sounds like an absolute nightmare to manage on a busy Sunday.
And that is the billion-dollar question for AV over IP. The answer lies entirely in the user interface layer.
Okay.
The hardware is incredibly complex, sure, but the control solutions detailed in the text, things like their Wolfpad tablet systems or free mobile apps, web GUIs, Windows 11 software, they act as a translation layer.
So what does that actually look like for the person holding the tablet?
It basically distills all that chaotic IP routing down into a simple visual map of the venue. You just see a grid of your screens.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you tap the game you want, you tap the TV you want it on, and the software handles the millions of IP packet calculations behind the scenes.
That's amazing.
It turns a massive routing matrix into a simple drag and drop on an iPad.
So the next time you are sitting in a sports bar watching 8 different games perfectly synced across a massive video wall, you'll understand the sheer scale of the Wolfpack Matrix hardware operating behind the scenes.
Yeah, you're essentially watching an enterprise-grade IT network masquerading as a television.
Which leaves you with an interesting thought to ponder. As this AV over IP equipment becomes even more advanced and accessible, will the digital network running your neighborhood sports bar soon be more complex and secure than the IT infrastructure of a mid-sized corporation?